8:42 in studio is another one of the candidates for Cape Girardeau County Public Administrator this morning, Lisa Reitzel. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, Fawn. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. I think you're 12 in a list of 13. Only a couple have not gotten in on the program, and it's important that you do.
Yes.
Because people are listening and they're educating themselves, because educated voters are good voters. And it seems like we're finally getting that message out that people understand when they come on here. You're going to be heard by tens of thousands of people who otherwise might not have heard your message. So I'm glad you're here.
Yes, I absolutely think that is important, that before people go to those polls on August 7th, that they are educated about each candidate and know their background and what they can offer to this position, because this is truly a huge responsibility in taking care of the wards of Cape County, and it's 24/7. And like I said, I'm just very appreciative of the opportunity, because I do want to get the message out.
Excellent. The thing that I think most people are interested in is your background and how easy it would be for you to shift from what you're doing now into this position. I know some people are listing every church and every time they babysat in their entire life. And I don't think, that's important to show community involvement. But the bottom line is people want to know how you're going to fit into this job. And we have people running ads on our station who also believe, as you do, that this is a calling for you.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us why you believe that.
Absolutely. I have been a registered nurse for almost 20 years. And to me, a registered nurse could bring so much to this position, because many of the wards do have medical and mental problems, and that can just be such an asset of having that knowledge. Like I said, being a registered nurse, I work at an ambulatory surgery center for Dr. David Deisher, and I do pre-op, which is consenting patients for surgery, making sure you have the right patients, the right surgery, the right procedure, and the right kind of medications being given. And then I also work in the operating room and recovery, which is dealing with the patient's families and making sure that they are aware of how to care for their loved one. So I'm a patient advocate on a daily basis, taking care of others and meeting their needs. And that's what this is about taking care of other people. And like I said, 20 years of nursing experience is a wonderful asset that I feel I'm bringing to the table.
Okay, and I know that most of your ads, and I've heard from Doug Austin and other people who believe in you, Sheriff John Jordan, that you have a caring heart. What is it about you that makes them say that?
Well, I just hope that I present that in everyone that I come in contact with. I knew a long time ago that I was to care for other people. I sat at St. Francis Hospital with my grandfather and watched him die of cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I watched those nurses, and they had not only sympathy but empathy. And when he passed away that day, they were crying just as we were. And I thought, I was touched so by that, because I truly knew they cared about us. And I thought, that's what I want to do, is care for other people. And, I have just always tried to do that in every aspect of my life. I put God first, my family, other people, and then myself. I try to take care of others first. And, I hope that people have saw that just in my daily walk. Some of the people I've known for years, other ones I've known a lifetime. So I just hope that that's been present in my daily walk, my life.
Yeah, you say faith, you say family, and then I add football. But, not everybody can be the same.
Mine would probably be farming there, because that's what my husband does. Absolutely,
okay. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So another thing about you that some people are latching onto is the fact that you're not just saying they're wards.
That's right, because, they are each unique individuals, just like you and I do not have the same needs, Fawn, and they do not either. And so therefore they need individualized care. And, they have a name. Sometimes it seems like all the public administrator candidates have learned a new word, ward. And, I'm like, that is true. They are the wards of the county, and they are wards of the court. And I'm just like, but they have a name. And I just want to make sure they are given the individualized, unique care that each one of them needs. They deserve that. And, I look at that, I hope not, but one day that could be one of my family members in that predicament, as far as my mother or my father or even myself. And I just truly hope that there's a conscientious public administrator at that time that's out there doing their job and in the facilities, making sure they're getting the care they need and deserve.
I wish you could see her face, folks, because she has a deep look of concern on her face. And I've known you for a few years now, and you work with Special Olympics.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I've gotten to know you probably on a closer basis than many of the other candidates, and a couple of them I know pretty well too. But you have to vote for the person who can slide easiest into that position. With 150 people, do you have time for that?
Absolutely. I will, of course, leave my job at Silver Spring Surgery Center.
I'm sure Dr. Deisher's happy about that.
Well, Dr. Deisher has been very supportive. I could not ask. He and Bob Bauer have been nothing but supportive to me. Of course, they did not want me to leave, and I think that's a huge compliment. At first, I'm like, okay. But, I think that's a huge compliment when you've worked for somebody that many years that they want you to stay, but they also want me to do what's best and what I feel I need to do. And, I absolutely would leave that job, because that would be my full-time position. The wards would be my first priority.
Okay. And with such a wide array of mental or physical needs, as an RN, you feel you're equipped to handle whatever, come what may.
Exactly, because I have spoken with other public administrators from other counties, the directors of nursing at other facilities, administrators of other facilities, and I know one administrator from a county told me that, as far as public administrators, said that one of his biggest hangups was that all these wards are on different medications, and he doesn't really have any knowledge of that. And to me, that's something right there that I bring to the table, because I know I've even spoken with Phyllis before when she's calling to consent patients, wards as the patient for surgery, so I just feel like that's a real asset to have.
Phyllis, a tough act to follow.
She is. And, I'm glad for her that she gets to retire. So I wish her the very best.
Yeah, she does. And good luck to her and her family with their health issues. What we hear also from other people who are running is you're supposed to get in tune with whether or not somebody is, how do I want to put this? I don't want to say a real conservative, because it is by definition whatever you believe conservative means. But what is your definition of conservative as opposed to the other candidates?
Well, I truly base whether you're Republican or Democrat on my morals and my values and my beliefs. And that's how I have always been. That's just what party I affiliate the closest with, I feel. Do I agree with everything they do? By no means. You're not going to find any church, any job, any school that you agree with 100%. But as far as my morals and my values and my faith, that's what I relate closely as to, is the Republican Party. And, I'm proud to say that I'm a Republican. I mean, any candidate, when they become a candidate, should first of all know their voting record. And, I'm proud to say that I come up as a number one, which is a hard Republican. I'm not ashamed of that, because, like I said, to me, that reflects back on my morals and values. And anyone could pull my record and see that I'm a one, and I'm proud of that.
Let's go back to that rating scale, because this is the first time I've ever heard of that in my entire life. I heard it from someone just last week, and I said, what do you mean, a hard 5 or a hard 1? I'm going, what are you talking about? What is this scale?
Well, I guess it's based on surveys, or maybe phone calls, surveys that you've taken, or maybe your voting record, how you come up. And like I said, sometimes you'll get the phone calls from other candidates or whatever, like, how would you vote on this or that? Mm-hmm. And I guess they rate you, and I come up as a hard 1, which is a Republican. And then it just kind of goes down the line as a soft Republican or a soft Democrat or a hard Democrat.
Okay. So, and then they do I don't want to say robocall, but they call everybody and they ask them about it.
Well, no, they ask people questions, and I think that's how you get the rating.
Okay.
I'm not as familiar with that, but I just know that what I come up as, and as a candidate, to me, each person should know that.
Okay. And if they want to find out those ratings, is there somewhere they can go? Do you know?
I think the Missouri Republican Party would probably have that. Like I said, I don't really want to focus on that. I want to focus on more about this job and how I'm qualified for this position.
People are talking about it, though. That's what they want to know.
Absolutely, and I understand that. But like I said, I just want to make sure that people know I am qualified for this position, and I'm willing, and I want to. I really have the desire to care for the people and make sure they're taken care of. And that's the point I want to drive home more than anything, is that I am qualified for this position, and I want the position.
Lisa wants this position, folks. She does. She's very, very adamant about it, not just here, but in your ads and when you're speaking to people. So
sure.
This position would be good for you, I think. And I think you would be good for it. And there are 13, or well, I guess 12 other people. How many are running now? Is there like 28 yet, or are we still at 13?
I think there's a total of 13.
Okay, cool. So above and beyond everything you've told us, what puts you just over the hump above the other candidates? What makes you that choice?
Because I do have a compassionate servant's heart, and I will take care of the wards the way they should be treated. They will become mine just as one of my family members, and I will treat them the same way that I would want to be treated, or my family member. And I just want people to remember that and consider that when they're going in there to vote. Would you want this person to take care of your family member? Because like I said, it's a 24/7 position, and I feel that I can take care of them, and I want the position, and I just hope everyone remembers that when they go vote August 7th.
Lisa's been with me at Special Olympics events, and if you've never heard her sing, there's another reason to love her. But there are just so many things about you that I think people need to know. You are very involved with the Republican Party.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just say it. You walk the walk.
Right. I have been involved since 2004 when I got to meet George Bush at Poplar Bluff. That changed my life because I've always been.
I bet.
Yeah, like I said, I've always been very strong in my beliefs and my morals and my values. Always have been. But I thought, I've got to do more than just talk about it. I've got to go door to door. I've got to make phone calls. I've got to put signs out. For me, that's something I feel is something that I need to do as well. Again, because it's of my morals and values. But I'm very involved, like you said, as far as like the American Cancer Society, Relay for Life. I've been the team captains, and I'm at the Special Olympics. Anytime Miss Penny calls calls and asks me, I'm there, because I certainly feel like that's something that I can do to help the people. If they want me to sing, I'll sing all day if they want me to, because they are great folks, great folks.
I love seeing you there because that obviously is my thing. So having you there is always an additional benefit of the joy
Thank
that
you.
people get there.
Thank
So you really want this office, and I think that the people who are behind you really want you to have this office. You have some pretty powerful people standing behind you saying she's the one.
I do. First and foremost, I have my family, who has been wonderful. I have a 70-year-old mom almost that's out there going door to door for me. I mean, she is, very.
That's so
are you
cute.
are you sure you want this position? Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, Mom, I'm absolutely sure. So just like I'm supposed to meet her this morning, and we're going to go door to door. I have Bill and Linda Freeman. I have Elmer Vogus, and yes, I do have some bigger names as far as like John Jordan, Sheriff John Jordan, but I've known him for years. We went to church together as kids at Harmony Church, and Billy Pat Wright is my state representative, and I've worked hard for him because I believe in him. And Paul Summers is a good friend. I've just known him through the Republican Party. Wonderful man, wonderful individual, and I'm blessed that I have so many people. My daughter goes door to door with me. My husband. I mean, I couldn't ask for more support as far as my family. They're there for me, and I'm blessed with that.
Yeah, Diane Diebold knocked on my door and waved the other day too. She loves you. This whole campaign thing, is it what you thought it would be, or is it just like, whew?
Well, it certainly is different. I have volunteered for many years, but it's different when you're the candidate as far as the expenses and trying to be every place at this time and this time. But I enjoy it. I mean, I really do love meeting the people. When I'm out going door to door, to me, that's the whole thing, is the grassroots. You can Facebook, you can email, but I think that people want to meet their candidate. And, that's sometimes where I get in trouble, because the other day I probably spent 20 minutes with a lady, but yet, I mean, it was a sincere conversation. She had questions, and I wanted to answer those questions for her. And that's what it's all about to me. It would really help if it wasn't 106 outside some days, but I love meeting the people and getting to talk with them. I mean, that's what it's all about to me. I said I've enjoyed that aspect of it so much.
You might have spent 20 minutes with that lady, but she spent hours telling people you spent 20 minutes with her after the fact. Lisa Reitzel is a Republican candidate for the office of Public Administrator of Cape Girardeau County. She'll be on the ballot August 7th with 12 others. What name should they look for, Lisa?
Lisa Reitzel, I'm number 5 on the ballot.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much, Fawn.
You're welcome. It's 8:55.